I like it. It looks fresh, but how are we not going to put a crab, or how are we not going to put the best looking flag out there, the Maryland flag, incorporated in the City Connects? They're City Connects. Put the Maryland flag in there. Put a crab in there. Put my logo on there. What's going on here? We got Aaron Judge destroying stadiums. He should be arrested, first of all. If everyone at BTL chat, Tail and Squad Ride, we'll break you guys out of prison later. This guy's cheated multiple times in the past, gotten caught for it. He's actually a human trash can. This dude is the scum on the bottom of your shoe. That guy goes park to park, stadium to stadium, a grown-ass man with a baseball glove, like he's playing in the game, taking home runs from kids, not giving little man the respect he deserves. What a loser.
They're watching me flourish, I'm watching them run. Damn. Brand new bag for pro, but I didn't pay for it. I don't like spending that cash because I'm trying.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL episode 267 piece. Hold the fry, as always, joined by your guys, Krabs and Javon, on this wonderful Thursday slate. W. Domingo Armand in the intro.
Yeah.
How about it? Very telling.
Ironic there.
100%. Chat, what a day yesterday. W Squad Ride smacked in the second inning. Absolutely love it. Before we dive into the W recap, we got a game starting up here right now. I believe it's delayed. I'm seeing the game's delayed. I don't know what's going on, but maybe there's some rain in Pittsburgh. Somebody in chat, let me know. But Jamon, we tried to craft up something for that early game. Didn't love much. I think the under is probably the best look in that game.
Yeah, so I mean, if I had to take anything, I would take probably some pitcher props because I don't mind the under in that game. I just don't want to take both. I really love both. So it's not much to do there. Try to get an entry with that and maybe a Tiger in it, which we'll talk about in a second, but there's not really any of those up either. So it's kind of tough.
Jengus, W accident.
W.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes accidents plan out and work out well, and that one did in that case. Very rare. W's. I guess air quality problems going on in Pittsburgh. Are there any other games today that might be canceled potentially because of the air? Let me know, chat.
Who knows?
If that's the case, maybe we won't spend as much time talking about this. All right. And yeah, Dyson. Look, this is nuts. Josh let us know this right before the show was about to go on. Our guy Ludwig is in first place right now in the Rocket Mortgage Classic. This is nuts. He's 9 under. He's 2 strokes up. Chad, it's early. He's through 16. They haven't even finished the first round yet. But the guy that Kenny came on and pitched on Tuesday right now as a long shot is winning the Rocket Mortgage Classic. All right, we'll leave it at that. A lot of golf left. All right, but fingers crossed. Let's hope our guy Kenny spoon-fed a winner. All right, chat? W's. What were his odds? I think they were plus 5,000 or something crazy like that. Plus 4,000.
I told them I got 4,700.
Plus 4,700.
Yeah.
All right, chat. There we go. Let's lock in. All right. And that's not a jinx, Jaden. That's just saying facts.
It's just an acknowledgement. It's a little
It's a little jinxy, but I try to keep it as least jinxy as possible.
Yeah.
All right. How else am I supposed to say it? We got to bring that up. Come on now. I want to make sure you guys remember that. W's. Squad ride last night. Maybe the freest one we've had yet, Javon. Cashed in the top of the second.
Yeah.
My goodness, dude.
Owed the people that one. Red Sox the other day was over in the first. Pretty much, I guess so was this one. There was like 7 or 8 runs in the first.
Yeah. I mean, they barely even scored the rest of the game. It didn't even matter, I feel like. There was 5 innings there in the middle where they weren't even scoring runs, and we were already feet kicked up, chilling with a no-sweat winner. W's. Yeah. And chat, look, we're hitting prize pick slips right now. We're hitting squad rides. We're hitting prize pick slips. We started doing the 8-team on Monday. Javon, we have not missed an 8-team yet. All right? We sent this entry last night as the 8-team. W, Danny Jansen, last-second audible that we threw in there. This was free. Senga was a little bit of a sweat, but Danny came through. Gunnar came through, I think, in the first inning. Javon, the 8-team, has yet to lose.
Yeah. W jinx there, maybe, if anything.
Yeah, that's probably a jinx. Sure.
Yeah, that one probably is. I mean, we had this one too, which we got to push on one of them.
Sure.
Back to this one, which was also air and actually had some serious corp in there with Strider strikeouts. So we beat that. So, I mean, 3 in a row. Let's make it 4. Why not?
Yep. W's. Chat, I'll be honest, I didn't even plan a Corbin segment. I don't know if my brain just didn't even want to think about it again or what. But I didn't even plan a segment. If we want to pull up his strikeouts, I mean, we could pull up Josh, the tweet I had last night with him having a nasty slider that I quote tweeted from the Pitching Ninja saying, everyone be quiet or be calm or don't say anything. His slider was cooking last night.
Yeah,
and Fat Girls Inc. is saying, Krabs, look me dead in the eye and tell me Corbin wasn't cheating yesterday. Look, man, I don't think he was cheating yesterday. If he's been cheating this whole time, he's done a crappy job of it because he's been a shit pitcher for the last 3 seasons. He might be the worst cheater of all time. I think, the ball was flying in Seattle this whole series, very, very hot, and the ball was moving on offense and on the mound. And Patrick Corbin had a good grip on his slider for the first time since 2019 maybe, and that thing looked like the World Series champion, Patrick Corbin 2019 slider. Straight up, it did.
Yeah.
That was a throwback. I mean, absolutely filthy. Filthy. And Chad, he had a goddamn chance in the 7th inning or 6th inning, I believe, his second to last inning. He had 7 strikeouts. He had 2 strikes on the last hitter in that inning with 2 outs. And instead of getting a strikeout there, I think it was a pop-up or something, but that was the nail in the coffin. Ended with 9 strikeouts, 102 pitches. Absolute gem from our guy Corbin. I don't know why I'm clapping because we had Seattle first -1.5, and Corbin didn't hit his strikeout Ks, but I'm ecstatic to watch that and witness that. Greatness. Domination.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, obviously we didn't expect that, but yeah, W's Corbin. Really wish he could have got there for those 10 Ks.
Yeah,
thought he had a shot.
And we got a hype train right now, Javon. Let's keep that moving, chat. Love it. Level 1, we're almost to level 2. We got Taith coming in with a sub bang, 6 months. Let's go, my man. Brinks Picks coming in with a sub bang. Air Quality, W Insight. Love that. He's answering our questions with sub bangs. He's leveling up. My goodness. Back to Malik coming in with a sub bang. There it goes. See ya. A fucking perfect game from the biggest piece of shit in the MLB. Oh, unbelievable. Look, Corbin, we'll leave it at that. Unbelievable start. Ball tickle and a half. It is what it is. We move. Javon, talk about Domingo Germán and the human trash can having one of the best outings we've seen in our lifetime last night.
Yeah, I mean, like, it certainly, I don't feel incredible for him. Couldn't have happened to a worse person. That's a hilarious comment, too. But, yeah, couldn't have happened to a worse person, worse team. Honestly, I mean, worse fan base, too. But, I mean, perfect game is a perfect game. I don't care if you're playing the Oakland A's, who are a lot of people were saying that they're a double-A team at this point, which is not completely wrong. But it was super cool to see some history in baseball last night, especially like a perfect game. And today's game, which is absolutely insane. And there's a reason we haven't seen one since 2012. And this would have been absolutely hilarious. Another
fuzzy tweet.
Yeah, Twitter was definitely taking some W's last night with some of the tweets and memes about this, but it was awesome. I got to tip my cap to the guy. It was a great performance, and feels good, like as a Rays fan, to not see a perfect game against the Rays for once. Because, I mean, in my lifetime, I've only seen a handful of perfect games, and 3 of them have been against the Rays. Like King Felix threw one, Dallas Braden threw one, Mark Burley threw one too. So, I mean, finally get to see one not against my team. It's kind of awesome. So,
wait, you're telling me there were 3 perfect games against the Rays in your lifetime before this?
Yeah, I mean, they're all like in like the same like 4 or 5 year window too.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it sucked.
The last
too.
3 perfect games before this were all against the Rays.
No, not the last 3, but there's been like 6 in my lifetime ish.
Okay,
and there are like 3 of them.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so I mean, it sucked too because like I think 2 of them were in a row too.
I bet.
Like the Dallas Braden one, like I couldn't be mad at it because that was like a super cool story with him on Mother's Day doing that. Like you can't root against King Felix either. It's like all those were just piss. It's like I caught myself, rooting for the story outside of the fact that it was just a perfect game. But
yeah,
it was cool to see some history. I didn't think we'd see a perfect game in today's game so soon. So even if it's the A's, even if it's Germán, who sucks, that was pretty exciting to see.
Still history. And John, we're gonna let you figure this one out on your own, brother.
Yeah,
let you figure that one out on your own.
Google search.
Google search. Would have saved you that comments and
history.
Yeah. Look, we're not going to go into that stuff. Congrats to Domingo Germán for a perfect game. Whether he's a piece of shit, whether he's a Yankee or not, whether he's a cheater or not, still a perfect game. Still a part of history. Still incredible to witness. First ever Dominican to throw a perfect game. So that's some history there for baseball. And the 24th of all time, first one since King Felix in 2012, like Javon already mentioned. So we'll give credit where credit's due. Domingo, an absolute fucking gem last night against the A's. I don't care who he was playing. His curveball was disgusting, and he might have done that against other teams as well.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
King Felix was last before Matt Cain.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. W's. Do you guys recommend risking 1.3 units for a minus 130 or risking 1? That's personal preference, my man. It really doesn't matter, to each his own. I'm a 1 unit better, off the rip risk. That's just what I do. I feel like the bigger units you have, the more people who risk 1 unit. When your units are smaller, maybe you'll be more of a 1.3 unit to win 1 guy because you're only throwing 10. And I'm not unit shaming at all. We don't unit shame here. But that's kind of the thought process behind risk versus win with the 1 unit bit.
Yeah, okay, I think the more obviously we bet dogs too. People want to keep it a little more consistent, just risking 1 unit. So I mean, that's what I always do.
Okay, and Zach, yeah, it's a trucker hat, bro. It's got the aeration back here. It's good. It lets my head breathe. W Degen hat. I like this hat. A Bird dropped 1, I bet. W Jenks. God damn it. He's not going to win, chat. No chance. But keep me updated, okay? Let me know. But he's about to mount. All right, boys. You know what? Domingo Germán is not the only surprising person we have to give credit to for last night, Javon. Trent hit a Goat Whale Eclipse last night. Unbelievable. And W. Daniel Graphic. And also, look, guys, let's all wish our guy Daniel a happy birthday today. I'm 99% sure this is him. Happy birthday, Daniel. 21st birthday today. He makes all our graphics, and he's the best in the game. Big 21 today for Daniel. Okay, he made this graphic last night for Trent, and he could not stop laughing. W's from our guy Daniel, as always. If you guys can see Lodolo sneaking back around the moon back there, kind of a geek. But yeah, the new header. Look, he's like hanging on to the freaking header on Twitter. It's unbelievable work.
Hilarious.
W's Daniel. Look, after Surge Stream ends, brother, if anyone sends you any graphics, you tell them to go kick rocks. And then I told you to do that. All right, go Booze. Yeah. Have a great night. Okay, my man. The Goat Whale is so back. Trent. Shohei last night, I believe, hit his fantasy score. Mookie went yards. Yeah, I believe. Blake Snell, absolute gem, and J-Ram went nuclear last night. Hit a grand slam. Unbelievable day for the Goat Whale. W's Trent. All right, my man. Chat, we're going to give away it's just a W.
The J-Ram platter.
J-Ram is the butler with the
That's so funny.
I mean, Platt was licked last night.
Oh, he mucked Platt.
Platt was licked. Chat, we got Alec coming in, giving out 10 sub bangs. Let's go, dudes.
Alec Himothy.
W. Alec. I know somebody yesterday said if the squad ride hits, they were giving out a bunch of sub bangs. I don't know if that was Alec or not, but if it wasn't, show yourself. Okay? Be Young coming in with a sub bang. Love it. A lot of good energy today. A lot of focus on this Thursday slate, chat. W. W's. Alec's been in chat feeding. Love it. The header only works in dark mode. Good to know. If you're not on dark mode on Twitter, Josh, you don't have dark mode on Twitter, dude? Grow up. What are we doing here using light mode? What is this? 2015?
Can you do that on like the web page version of it?
Let me see what mine looks like. You might be right.
I feel like that might be
dark. It's dark mode. Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're just locked in.
We just caught Josh.
Caught Josh slipping.
We absolutely caught him slipping. Josh, man, if you need to take the rest of the day off for that, getting exposed, you let me know.
Just be better, Josh.
Yeah, I bet, Josh. W excuse. Okay. We moved chats. I want to give away a T-shirt. I want to give away a BTL T-shirt like we did last week. Okay. Finally shipped out the giveaways from last week. Chat, you guys want a BTL shirt after a squad ride cash last night? Josh, I think we have a full screen graphic somewhere. If we can pull it up, let me know. But I want to give away a T-shirt. Sure.
There it goes.
There it is. Chat, make sure you guys follow all these accounts, okay? And most importantly, make sure you guys watch the mini golf vlog we're about to post on our YouTube today. Please, when you see that, post it on socials. Click on the YouTube link. Watch it. Like and subscribe to our YouTube page. We're starting to make that into kind of our home base. We're going to be posting more stuff on there going forward. So please, please, please make sure, most importantly, you guys are following the Book It Sports YouTube there in the bottom right. Book It Sports 540, I bet. And I'm going to give away a T-shirt here. Spam BTL in chat. Go, 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 go. JRAM 109.3, I bet. That was a failed attempt, I believe, by our guy Josh to pick the winner. Let's try this again. BTL spam. Josh, I'll let you know when to pick it. Let him go to work. I want to see BTLs everywhere. I'm not seeing enough. I'm not seeing enough. All right, Josh, let it rip.
There we go.
Who's winning the shirt? Good luck picking one because they're moving like freaking ants.
There we go. Now
UB
we're going.
Bulls.
We're going.
Let's go, UB Bulls. A chat OG. Love it. I see you in here all the time. I'm taking a picture of the screen so I don't forget and I can find you. UB Bulls. Hit me up on Twitter. Please DM me. All right. Here come the rig comments. I freaking bet. I'm happy and OG got to come in and got a shirt. W's chat. Love it. Absolutely love it. 103.9 fly ball. Sure. That grand slam last night was electric, dude.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Holy smokes. W's chat. I'm trying to do a giveaway probably, once a week-ish. So love doing them in here because this is the most important thing that I do at least. And I really appreciate you guys coming in here every day, asking questions, supporting us, giving out sub bangs, all that type of stuff. And just coming in here chilling and finding winners, finding bets.
Yeah.
All right, boys. UB Bulls, hit me up on Twitter. I got you, my man. All right. Javon, let's talk about the Reds. Another series win under their belts, my man. Unbelievable. They go into Camden Yards. They're facing off against a similar vibe type team, I feel like. The Orioles, very young, underrated, playing incredibly, and they steal a series win on the road. Javon, talk about your Reds, man. They're still cooking.
Yeah, they are cooking. And the fact that I was looking at this tweet talking about the Reds. They went 3-3 in the stretch between, the Braves, who are the best team in baseball, and the Orioles, who have like the second best record in the American League. And these were the starters for these games. Graham Ashcraft, Levi Stout, Brandon Williamson, Dog Andrew Abbott, and Luke Weaver twice. Luke Weaver, how he still has a job is really just out of necessity, but he's god-awful. And the fact that, like you talked about yesterday, Luke Weaver getting a lot of run support, he does, and they've now won 6 Luke Weaver starts in a row, which for anybody who has ever watched Luke Weaver, especially this season, he is terrible. Not one of those was a quality start. He's given up 4 or more runs in 4 of those 6 games, 4 of those 6 starts, and they've won them all. So, like, they're just absolutely rolling right now in the late inning magic. Like, they scored a run off Yennier Cano yesterday, which not many people can say that they've done. Really should have scored more. Same with Felix Bautista. They blew that in the 9th. They didn't score, but started a rally and then eventually cashed in the 10th with, Will Benson and TJ Friedel getting lefty, like huge hits. They're absolutely unreal. And even in a spot where like their pitching staff is very vulnerable because of all the injuries, like they had rain delays too in 2 of those games where they're forced to use, a lot of their bullpen at very inconvenient times. So it's just, they're rolling right now. And yes, it's not in the All-Star break, but that plus 280 as they lead the division to make the playoffs, pretty awesome.
Look, I like to talk. I'm not left speechless a lot, but looking at those odds, I kind of am. I mean, Javon, look, you had a great read on the Reds, man. You called it before anyone else did. So you deserve the credit. But for you to snipe it the week before they go nuclear was insane. I mean, you could not ask for better timing. That does not mean it's going to hit.
No, not at all.
I mean it's going to hit. No, I want to make that very clear. They could lose. They could.
And to be honest with you, like I took the bet because I thought they would win the playoffs and probably win the division. But the reason I took it at such a big price is because I thought, regardless of like the final result, that they would be in the race come the end of the season. Which, again, it's not even the All-Star break, so just as quickly as they can go on this crazy run, they can go on a crazy losing streak too. It's baseball, but this team right now, and they're doing this with so many injuries and like. The bats, I think, are always going to be there. The way that this lineup is constructed right now, like they legit have a problem that they have too many bats. So the lineup is consistently changing, like on a day-to-day basis. And the issue is just their pitching sucks. So like their bats have to put up 10 every game. And right now they're doing it. And come, August, last couple months of the season where they need to start really getting into the playoff push, they're going to get Lodolo back, unfortunately for Trent, for some period of time. They're going to get Hunter Green back. They're probably going to make a move for an arm at the deadline, even if it isn't like a massive top-of-the-market type trade. Like, there's so many things for this team. And then you obviously have like a back-end guy in Alexis Diaz, who is arguably, best or top 3 at the least closer in the league right now. So they play a lot of close games, and having him on the back end is crazy. So, like, it's absolutely nuts what they're doing, and I'm super excited. And this is funny, but I love this series this weekend. We've been bashing on the Padres for having no heart. What a perfect team to face, and the Cincinnati Reds, who are filled with heart, and this is in Great American Ballpark, so the Reds are going to show up offensively. They really kind of suck on the road as of late hitting, but not yesterday.
Hey, Kenny did say he was a good putter. He said he hit the living crap out of the ball.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tough.
Zacho, man, that's on me. What was I supposed to do? Not bring it up and we just all silently sit here and not acknowledge it? Like, what was I supposed to do? You guys let me know. Holy smokes. And Javon, a lot of stuff's coming out about this NFL gambling scandal as well. I was just reading this report while you were going absolutely in on the Reds. Looking like, we kind of figured Isaiah Rodgers was going to be the biggest name when his name came out, weeks ago. When we first started talking about this, the other guys or dudes you probably haven't even heard of, Rashad Berry, I've heard of, but the other 2 dudes, Demetrius Taylor, Nicholas Petit Frere, one of them is a free agent, the other guy's an offensive tackle. I haven't heard of those dudes. But look, I guess Rodgers was asking one of his buddies to place bets for him. in Florida because he wasn't in a legal state or something. And they were mostly in the $25 to $50 range. First of all, I talked about not unit shaming earlier. I am going to unit shame an NFL player betting $25 on bets. You can't even feel that. You can't feel that. I can't place $25 bets. And I'm not as rich as Isaiah Rodgers, okay? That's ridiculous. $25 bets. Give me it. Come
Just
on.
so not worth it at that point. Like,
But you know what?
As an NFL player.
But wait, there's more. He placed a $1,000 prop bet, his biggest bet he placed, on a Colts running back
Oh, I bet.
during the season, which won.
He had to be
That's a little sketchy.
Had to be fading Jonathan Taylor, man.
He either
Sure,
faded
sure.
Jonathan Taylor or he took him in one of the rare games that he went over. But honestly, Josh, we should probably do some digging here and see how many games Jonathan Taylor went over on his rushing prop, because it could not have been more than 5 last year, right? He was ass. So statistically, there's probably a good chance that he was fading his running back. We don't know that for sure. Or he picked one of the weeks where he went off.
Texans.
You think it was the week he played the Texans, maybe?
It could have been. I mean, like, I don't have his numbers memorized from that game, but could have been one of those games.
Okay. Rodgers was gambling because they had him sitting behind facing. Yeah. Virginia Tech legend who loves getting absolutely burned. That dude gets cooked. We need his POD. I don't know if we want his POD unless it's some inside info like that running back prop.
Yeah.
That's wild. I'd pay good money to find out what that play was. Oh,
here we go.
Free Bird and Ernie. That's on me, bro.
So what?
That's on me.
Raiders game.
I mean,
over.
We got the beginning of the season at the top, and that's probably when his props were at the highest because he was coming off a legacy season, right? And Pega, I'm only unit shaming $25 bets because he's an NFL player. I would never unit shame any of you for a $25 bet.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, look at.
But I'm assuming none of those
opening week against the Texans. Had to have been that game.
You think so?
It had to have been that game.
It definitely could have been that game. It could have been that
161 on 31 carries.
Sheesh. Yeah, it's got to be that game, huh?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you're right.
I don't know. It's also bold to be doing it, I guess, to kick off the season, too. I don't know.
Yeah, how do they find out? I don't know how they found out. I don't know.
They just know.
They just know. Unbelievable. Okay. Insane. Chat, we talked about the Reds a little bit here, and we're going to talk about some MLB here in a moment. All right? And no, you did not miss anything yet. Krabs, look at what I said. Shelly, what'd you say, bro? You know the Chiefs threw the ball in the first play of the game every single game until the Super Bowl. Really? That's crazy. Jeez. Did Trent have a bet on the Super Bowl of them to pass first play? That could have been it.
No, you had Eagles money line. That played, right?
Imagine betting that 6 times in a row. Yeah, that'd be crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. All right. We talked about the Reds being good. Let's talk about the Mets being bad. Javon, the Mets did not win a series in June.
None.
And we talked about their series price, in this series going on right now, about how they were kind of a weird favorite against the Brewers. Well, that didn't matter too much, did it?
Yeah, not too much.
Not too much, because when shit teams are playing, shit teams don't respect coin. Somebody write that down. Shit teams do not respect coin. And I'll tell you what, Adam Ottavino, he's fed up. Good teams overcome stuff. We're not overcoming stuff. You know why, Adam Ottavino? Because you're not a good team. You have a team full of really good players. You have a team full of a lot of veterans who are getting paid a lot of money to come there and play, but you don't have a good team. You have good players. And until people start realizing this, that you don't win a World Series by buying your best fucking players like the Yankees, there's a reason they haven't won a World Series in 13 years. Nothing's going to change. All right? Look, it's awesome Steve Cohen comes in with his bazillion dollars and is willing to spend and pay these guys. It is good for the sport when players get paid. It is. But it's not good for teams and for the, actual winning ability of the team. You need to have a Reds type approach. You need to have a Rays type approach. And you can't go out and buy the best old players and expect to win a World Series. If that worked, the Mets wouldn't be dog shit. They wouldn't. And Ottavino's right. They're not overcoming stuff. You know why? Because they're not a good team. And something's got to change. I would be shocked. I know their owner came out and people were saying he backed Buck. I watched the postgame. That didn't sound like he was backing Buck too much. He said they're not firing him right now. But he said following it right after that they were willing to make any moves necessary or changes necessary down the line. Okay? Buck will be fired soon if they don't turn it around. Maybe they're going to take some inspiration from the Phillies last year, but it's not Buck's fault. It's the organization's fault. But someone's got to take the blame, and it'll be old Buck as he rides into the sunset, probably joins MLB Network again. But Javon, it's the executive's fault for trying to buy a winning team that does not work in baseball.
Yeah, and I mean it's tough too because like the way they constructed the team, it's a lot of guys with very high ceilings, obviously, but also very low floors. Which I guess you want to talk about like the Padres. I feel like on paper they did kind of the opposite. Like Soto, in theory, should not have had a floor as low as he's performed. Same with like Xander Bogaerts, but the Mets. I mean, not to say you could see some struggles coming at the way that they have, but it wasn't impossible to think at the beginning of this that this was going to be a little tough of a situation if you're not getting, MVP level Francisco Lindor, same with Pete Alonso, and they're not getting that on a consistent basis. The back end of their pitching staff, back end of their rotation, the rest of their pitching staff, not really performing up to par. Now you got no Edwin Diaz from the beginning of the season, so they're in a pretty tough spot, and I don't really see it turning around too much for the rest of the season.
I don't either. Because their team is filled with a bunch of fossils who are underperforming and are getting hurt already. We're not even halfway through the season. I'm so out on this team. I mean, Javon, they have 3 more wins than the Nats.
Yeah.
That's a disgrace to the sport.
Kind of.
It kind of is. The Nats are tanking. There was a prop up where you could bet the Nats versus the Athletics to have the worst record in baseball, -110 both ways. And the Nats have 3 less wins than the Mets.
Yeah.
What a joke. What a joke. Maybe it's something in that water up there in New York because they're both doing it and they both suck. They do. They do.
Yeah.
Chad, if anybody wants to harass PODP on Twitter or anything and tell him that the door is open on stream if he wants to come defend the Mets from a couple weeks ago. I don't know if he'll want to be coming on to defend them right now, though. They suck. Unbelievable. All right, move on. We got one more thing, Chad, and then we're diving in to the MLB slate. All right. I don't know if you guys saw this. We're in the dog days of summer, okay? So I'm trying to show you some entertaining shit going on with sports. Our guy, Taurean Prince, found out on Twitter today that he's not getting his contract renewed with the T-Wolves. He goes, oh, sheesh. Thanks, Wojbomb. I appreciate it, my man, for finding out I'm not going to have a job next year. How do these teams not let the players know? Shoot them a text. Shit, you give them a call, they don't answer? Shoot them a text. Hey, my man, I don't want you to find out on Twitter so we don't look like a bunch of pieces of shit who don't care about you, but we're actually not going to renew your contract. I'll catch you. Good luck. I mean, at least shoot the guy a text. I don't understand why this happens.
It's crazy. I don't understand it.
I know Taurean Prince is making a joke out of it, so he's probably not, insanely blown, and he's got millions of dollars, so I don't feel that bad. But how do you not have the time of day or the decency to let your guy know, who's been there for, I believe, the last couple of years, that he's not going to get re-signed, and he has to find out by a Woj bomb on Twitter? It sucks. And he had a great year last year, I believe, didn't he? Didn't Taurean kind of ball last year?
Shit if I know, but
okay.
Yeah, I mean, seeing him find out on Twitter is hilarious, but also sucks.
Yeah, that kind of does
their
suck.
Life uprooted finding out from a Woj tweet. Where
I don't feel bad about these guys often, but this stuff, like imagine walking into work one day and your fob doesn't work, and you're trying to get in your office, and you're like, what the hell?
The Jamal Adams meme video.
Literally, dude. Like you don't have access to the fucking stadium. That's how you find out. Come on now. Oh, unbelievable. And then Davey Martinez, boys. Davey Martinez is having a tough month. He's having a tough month, Javon. We showed the clip, I think it was last week. It wasn't even that long ago, of my man's lying down on the ground, getting ejected. Well, last night, maybe the worst call in baseball history happened with Keibert Ruiz eluding a tag at home, saying he was out of the base paths. You can't be out of the base paths at home plate, you fucking dumbass. That's not a thing. That has never been a call in baseball in 30 years or 25 years of my life that I've been watching it. I've never seen that call before, ever. I've seen guys way farther away from home plate behind it who are making crazy, Trey Turner or Tatis type athletic slides where they end up almost in the fucking dugout. And then they go back and touch home plate and everything's fine. What do these umpires have against the Nats? They have the worst calls in baseball against them all year. They have that stupid rule with the bunts or whatever where the runner's running down to first base and he's in the way. He's in the field of play. Remember the Trey Turner play from the World Series where they called him out? They've had that call against them like 6 times since then, a weird amount, probably more than the rest of the league combined. And this is the worst call I've ever seen in baseball history. Calling Keibert out for getting out of the base path. He's literally 6 feet away from the base. All he did was lay down and touch it. He was not far away from that shit at all. Unbelievable. And then Davey Martinez obviously loses his shit. Not a meltdown like it was the other day, but he does end up getting his money's worth. Prayers up for my guy, Davey Martinez. He's a shit manager, but he's a people person, and the players love him, and he will defend his guys and look like a fool out there and have a good time doing it. He's thrown bases before. He's laid down on the plate before. The dude's got heart. You got to give him that. He puts in the worst relievers ever of all time, like clockwork. The guy does not know how to manage a team on paper, but he does have heart. You got to give him that.
You got to respect it. He's laying it out for his guys, even when they're not
working for free. Literally, he's probably got $100K fine at this point.
Yeah, he's got damn near nothing left on his contract after these couple ejections for sure. But yeah, you got to respect it. You got to
respect the manager. And look, the one thing I'll say about Aaron Boone, this was him last week. The guy was literally parallel to the ground, chat, lying down like he was a hunter or something. Unbelievable. And his hand there on the right, that's what he's visualizing the strike zone. He goes, you called that a strike right here, you dumb fuck. And he did. It was the worst call ever at the time. So, chat, we moved. We got plays to talk about, but I wanted to kind of do some intros here as we usually do for the first 30. Talking about shit going on. Taurean Prince finding out on Twitter, Woj Bombs is getting traded, and Dave Martinez being a freak. All right, what more do you need for your Thursday? All right,
of course.
Javon, you want to go over your little cheat sheet here? I kind of like these, man. And yesterday you had some good points on there. I think we dive into that. You run through it real quick, and then we dive into these games.
Yeah, sure. I definitely these are not blind. I don't just put random numbers on there that kind of stand out. I guess the majority of these are. I kind of pick out ones that make sense. Other than the home run targets, I obviously take the numbers, and those are what they are. So I'm definitely looking for some home runs out of some guys today. Brandon Pfaadt coming up as the big one against the Rays. High total in that game. I think it's at 10. You're probably going to see a lot of runs there from both sides. So we'll definitely dive into some props for that one. You see the little correlation with Lance Lynn against some of the Angels, and especially Shohei Ohtani, who has really good numbers up against him. So even if Lance Lynn has a somewhat decent start, which I wouldn't be against saying he's going to have, there's going to be some home runs. Highest home run per 9 of his career. Couple guys, not just Shohei, with pretty solid numbers off him. Not just, you see Shohei's 10 for 21 with 3 tanks, but you also look at the hard hit percentage of a lot of these guys, and he's just one of them. So I think he's going to have a pretty solid, or they have a pretty solid chance as the Angels bats to get to him, even if they don't for the whole duration of the start. Something else, Zach Greinke, who is an interesting name today because everybody seems to love the Royals. I don't know if it's just a thing with them bouncing back after getting destroyed yesterday, and Zach Greinke back at home where he's been really good, but he's kind of changed, which is I was looking at these home run targets and I was looking at the numbers and I was a little surprised to see him up there because usually his thing is keeping the ball out of the ballpark, not allowing hard contact, but this year he's kind of tweaked his arsenal to the point where he's giving up more home runs. He's also generating more whiffs and strikeouts. So against the Guardians today, that's going to be pretty interesting. I want to see how they react to that. And I honestly think it's going to be a pretty good showing again from the Guardians offense. A little tough to back after yesterday's performance, but I'll be targeting them in some form or fashion for sure. Then down to the bottom, which I don't know if we can read this here, but one of the more interesting matchups that I see on the board today is Taijuan Walker going up against the Cubs offense, who Trent especially loves Taijuan Walker over walks, and there we go.
I'll put the link in chat. Keep going.
Yeah. And Taiwan Walker, like I was saying, Trent loves his Walker over walk squares. Cubs offense, I say it pretty much every time. They're going against a pitcher with a really high walk rate or who gives himself into deep counts. They're the most patient offense in the MLB, especially against lefties, but against righties as well. So if they get him into deep counts very, very early, I can see the Cubs offense having a really good day. And I think you have some favorable weather conditions there in Wrigley too. So I'll be looking at some Cubs for sure. But those are, I guess, the big few from there.
You have anything about Wainwright in there or no?
No, that one's a tough one. Because I think end of the lines moved a little bit towards the Astros, so I'm probably not as huge in going to Wainwright, but I still think that opening line is a little crazy. I was surprised to see a lot of the Astros. Like I was looking at BVP stuff. They haven't seen Wainwright all that much. I know you have AL and NL, so it's not like they're playing 6 times a year or anything, but not many guys who have seen him, especially in the bottom of that lineup, so I'm not really sure. I kind of expect him to at least have a decent start. But I still think that opener is crazy at a pick. I don't really know what to do with that game, though, because I do think, JP France on the other side it's kind of rocked, too. The over just seems really easy.
Yeah, but does it, though? Because France has been okay, and it's Adam Wainwright, who's got a 1.48 ERA and 22 starts, 13-1 against the Astros in his career. Nuts. And France has a 3.08 ERA over in the last month. He's been dialed.
How many Astros, though? Like against in like Wainwright starts, you probably have Altuve, maybe like Kyle Tucker a time or two.
Yeah, so I have that up here real quick. Actually, he's only got 2 guys who have more than 7 AB. Shout out RotoWire. Altuve hits 250 against them, 16 at bats, and Maldonado has 16 at bats against them, hitting 214. Other than that, nobody's seen him more than 7 times. Not even worth looking up.
Yeah. I mean, you had what? You had 18 runs yesterday with the 2 best arms, arguably, for these teams. I guess you could say Framber's better for the Astros, but
18 runs yesterday, great point. That definitely keeps me not loving the over today, 100%.
Plus, I mean, my thing was you had the London game, which everybody watched. It was the most public game, I guess you could say, of the season, where Wainwright, I mean, before the start, through like that week leading up, was already like deactivated his Twitter or turned off comments or something because he was getting roasted by all the fans on Twitter. And
no way he turned off his comments.
Yeah, he did something, or he was just tired of hearing all the shit. And then he came in that start in the London game and got absolutely destroyed. So like everybody is looking to feign Wainwright today. Jangis, I know, man. Relax.
Look, he was plus 1,000. All right. We knew he wasn't winning. It wasn't his best sport.
Oh, yeah.
He's no Tiger Woods yet. We're going to get him out on the links. We're going to start working. All right.
Yeah, we'll get after him, man. We'll get after him. But yeah.
We craft up a PP for the 1 o'clock game? No, we can't. We literally can't. There's nothing we could take, guys.
We do have what? It's just the the Tigers game, and
is he not talking about the Padres Pittsburgh game? About to start right now?
That starts sooner than 1. I think it's Tigers game and then Royals Guardians game.
Oh yeah, maybe he's talking Central Time. We're definitely going to talk about all those games besides San Diego and Pitt. Chat. We really don't love anything in that one starting up right now. But I mean, the under. Gun to my head, I'm taking the under if I need to play in that game.
Yeah.
No prize picks. They didn't even have anybody up really on prize picks for that game. So
yeah, no, I do. Like somebody said, Soto. I don't mind Soto. I mean, I'm definitely targeting Luis Ortiz. You're definitely going to get a walk from Soto. I'll tell you that. So that's going to be 2 points. And Luis Ortiz can't pitch to lefties. So targeting anybody, it's going to be Soto. But I wasn't forcing a pair with that one.
Nope. And yeah, I know Lauren likes Tatis today. Our guy Lightning likes Tatis today. I like the under. I don't want to take any overs on prospects.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't going to go with anything with this game.
Okay. All right. Get to the picks. All this rambling. Big tab on the way, brother. On the way. All right. You know we do some rambling in the beginning and we get to picks. All right. W's. Javon, you already went over the cheat sheet. Do we dare dive into the Tigers game?
Yeah, we can. Certainly.
Okay. Dubs. No pitchers up here on the boards. Are we seeing a pitching change or anything? Or is that just because Olsen and Bradford kind of settled late?
Yeah, I think that's just the reason for it. So, yeah, we're getting Reese Olson, who I've become a really big fan of, and his last couple of starts here, he's looked amazing. Outside of the Braves start, where I mean, I can't knock anybody for getting hit around by the Braves at this point because their offense is absolutely ridiculous, no matter who you throw out there. But he's looked amazing. Cody Bradford, who I saw in his debut, and faded him religiously, sitting like 2 rows in front of his family, which was funny. He gives up barrel after barrel after barrel, and he's obviously gotten better. That was also against the Braves. So, again, not going to knock him all that much for that, but he's kind of continued throughout the rest couple of his starts, getting absolutely destroyed. He's given up a lot of hard hits, even if they aren't falling for much. So he's a guy who I would certainly love to fade. So I like the Tigers because, like I've been saying, Tigers against left-handed pitching, they're not as good as they were in the beginning of the season, but the one thing they do, similar to like the Royals, they barrel the ball up hard against left-handed pitching. And when you have a guy who that's the only way you're really going to find any success off of him, I would love to do that. Love to get involved. And the line is low the line moved because we saw the pitching matchup get announced late, and there's no Seager for the Rangers, which I don't know why Jankowski, I know he's been better for them this season than, just a bench warmer of previous years, but him hitting the 2 spot is probably a little weird. So I think that throws off the top of that lineup quite a bit. So it's kind of bad news that I'd be perfectly fine buying because really I don't think Reese Olson's going to be incredible. I think he'll do just enough, and the Tigers just destroy Bradford and get into like the bad arms in that bullpen.
Okay. PewDie tweet is unbelievable. What is it? Need it. Let me know. Any props? Javon, I say we kind of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And we keep, toggling back and forth between Prize Picks and the board while we go over the games. That's kind of been working.
Yeah, it certainly has.
Any Tigers bats you want to take? And also shout out Kerry Carpenter last night for coming through for our guy Breezy, who had Kerry Carpenter nuke parlayed with, who was it? Yona Heim or Jung? Josh Young.
Young, yeah.
Yep. And that smacked, I'm pretty sure it was like $300 to win $6K or something crazy like that. We were talking about that on Night Sweats last night, Night Sweats last night, chat. You guys better not be missing sweats, especially when I'm on, or Javon. Okay? Electric last night. W's.
Yeah.
Trent was being a freak. He acted like he won the lottery when J-Ram hit that grand slam. I've never seen a human being happier in my life. Straight up. I've never seen pure joy like that in my entire 24 years of life. It was awesome. But back to the board here, Javon. I mean, we don't really have any options.
Yeah, so I mean, like I have nothing against taking Matt Vierling. I'll tell you that, but I would have really loved like a hit run RBI from like any of the guys like in the middle of the lineup, like a Javi Baez. I looked at like the books to see like why it was weird because I mean, Javi Baez is like normal odds. He's like minus 120. Spencer Torkelson, kind of same odds there, minus 120. They're not offering him. Andy Ibanez has been on fire, but he's a little juicier than they would offer, like minus 140. So I would be fine with taking Vierling. It's just I would much rather have taken one of those guys, but we don't have any options.
Why is Vierling on the board? He's minus 140 on the under, plus 100 to the over on the books for TBs.
He's leading off. So, I mean, they usually put him off. I think he's leading off against the lefty.
Unbelievable. The Yankees are winning the World Series this year. Dan Larson won a World Series. You can't be fucking serious. You can't be fucking serious. I literally talked to Pete about this yesterday on the phone, trying to get his mind right, getting locked back into the MLB board because we know he's about to go on a hot streak, chat. We know it.
Oh, he's already started. Yeah.
It's already started. Yeah, 100%. He's got his mind back, right out of the gutter. So I was talking about him and the Yankees a little bit. I was poking fun yesterday about how shit they are. And every time he does this every year. He did this 2 years ago as well when the Yankees were so good in the beginning of the year. And he's like, the Yankees are winning the World Series, man. And then the Yankees start sucking. And he's like, I'm not even really a Yankees fan. I'm just a baseball fan. I just love baseball. New York's my team, but I don't care. It's just baseball. And then the Yankees turn it on again. He's like, oh, my God, they're winning the World Series. All Yankee fans are the same, even the sharp ones like POD Pete. I've got degenerate buddies from school who are Yankees fans who got about 3 brain cells combined, and they do the same shit as POD Pete, who might be the smartest, some would be better I've ever seen. All Yankees fans are the same. When they're good, they're winning the World Series. When they're bad, it's poor me, poor me, poor me. I'm tired of it.
3 brain cells combined is crazy.
Respectfully.
It's a wild line. Wild line.
Respectfully. I meant in sports knowledge and betting wise. Okay. Love my boys if they're watching this. They know I'm just poking fun. All right. Speaking of the Yanks, I guess we could talk about them. Or did we skip Cleveland, Kansas City?
Yeah, that one also starts up soon here.
Yeah, scroll up. Bieber and Greinke. You were talking about Greinke already in your cheat sheet. Javon, what do you like in this game?
I like the guards, which I usually don't want to get involved when it's a situation like the Guardians just beat the absolute living piss out of the Royals yesterday, which it's the Royals, so I mean, more times than not, you're going to get those games. But like Greinke is awfully popular today, which for one, I mean, that always signals for me whenever the Royals are a little popular, which I don't know if it's just him being at home or the kind of the bounce back narrative. I really don't know what it is. Shane Bieber's also been really bad on the road. I had that written down too. So I don't know. It might be a combination of pretty much everything, but Shane Bieber, I think he can have a pretty decent start here. I don't think he has to be lights out. And like I was talking about, like Zach Greinke, he's looking to produce a lot more whiffs, which against the Guardians, I really don't think is going to do much. And a lot of the Guardians have seen him quite a few times too. So it's not like the unfamiliarity with some of his stuff and his approach is really going to work as much to his advantage as it has or will with a lot of other lineups. So I do kind of like the Guardians here. I don't love it due to the fact that they're coming off of that big game yesterday, but I do think we get some runs. I mean, even after yesterday, I think a 9 with Bieber Greinke on the mound, which one of them is Greinke at home, is definitely a little interesting to me.
Yeah, and chat, when I'm always like looking away when Javon's talking, I'm not just like staring into space. I'm trying to look at stats and shit for my next comment, my next move. I'm looking at Greinke's numbers here. I mean, look, we know his bit where he can't pitch on the roads. So I literally just don't even touch him or I just fade on the road when he's pitching. But when he's at home, you know, the bit has been he's okay. He's good. He's feasible. Recently, though, Javon, I mean, he's been getting kind of roughed up at home, too. He's just been shit. Yeah. This Guardians offense, I know they just put up, 14 runs last night?
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't know if I want to back that offense again today, but I do lean that over for sure. And there are way more squares up for the Guardians than there are the Royals. Maybe we take a peep at a Guardian today? What do you think?
Yeah, and you know who, like, weirdly, I was looking at a lot of the numbers, like Ahmed Rosario is fine against him. Jose Ramirez has really struggled against Zach Greinke in his career. He's 3 for 16, which was interesting to me. But the one guy at the bottom who has a pretty small sample size against Zach Greinke, but he's been like weirdly successful, not just like numbers wise, but also hitting the ball really hard, which is uncharacteristic for him. Miles Straw.
No way you're saying Miles Straw.
Yeah, which
good.
He is
looking up his stats right now because that's the guy I wanted you to say. I thought you were going to say Quan.
Yeah, not Quan.
Go.
Not Quan, but
okay.
Miles Straw is interesting because like he's a guy like you look at exit velo for like his entire season, he's not hitting the ball very hard at all. He doesn't really do that. But against Zach Greinke, who's kind of MO prior to this year, has been limiting soft contact. He's hitting the ball hard against him, and he's only faced him like 3 games. I believe it was like 5 for 9, killing the baseball. So that was one of the more interesting matchups to me here because I do think like once you get to the top of that lineup, you talk about the Trent Set and the Platt. I think the bottom of that lineup is going to do equally as good a job with Miles Straw and even like a Will Brennan or a Cam Gallagher, who anytime I just count him out of a matchup, he magically comes through with 2 hits, which is very few and far in between. I wouldn't be surprised if the bottom of this lineup does some damage against Greinke today, and Miles Straw is certainly an interesting name.
Well, you know these hit-run RBI weirdos always catch my eye. I know Josh is hip as well. We were talking about it down in Dallas a week or 2 ago.
Yeah.
And Miles Straw was the one I wanted you to say, and I'm happy you did. I'm looking to see what his odds are on the books for hit-run RBIs. Not that it's really going to move the needle.
I looked already. It's minus 125, which is –
no way.
Doesn't happen very often. Even like yesterday, he was also up for this, which I didn't even see if he hit it. I just kind of assumed he was hitting it or close. He scored 14 runs, but he was juiced the under yesterday. So
add it to my card.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
Sounds like Trent made this poll. Is there a poll up? Will Quan and Rosario set Platt in the first inning for Jose? Okay, that had to be Trent. W's.
Had to be.
Poll. That's the only thing on Trent's mind right now. It's Jose Ramirez looking Platt. Not any of the bets he has hundreds of dollars on. Just the season-long sweat on Prize Picks.
Yeah.
He's locked in.
Yes.
Padres game underway. We got 3D. Yeah, Austin, we could go back and forth. You guys in chat, let us know when they're starting to do some shit on the base paths, and we could kind of go back and forth and screen share it when we're not talking about squares we like or the bullet. Okay. Yeah, Miles Straw just sounds like a green gob. I'm with you, brother. We'll put that in there. Love it.
That's a crazy line.
Love it. Miles Straw.
What has Miles Straw ever
Respectful.
sounded like a green gob coming off the tongue?
Well, you know what? When we hit 3 straight Prize Picks, 3 pieces in a row, 3 days in a row, people start just thinking everything we say is a green gob, as they should.
I guess. Yeah, that's fair.
As they should. Did I miss the parlay? No, sir. We're starting to craft right now. All right, Beast? All right, Javon. You like the over in this game, but you're a little worried about it being a little too makes too much sense?
No, I don't think it makes too much sense.
Okay.
It's tough for me to go back. I want to go back to the guards probably a little bit more so than the over.
Yep. The under's definitely public. More than 60% of bets and handle on that under, which is good. And
yeah, I mean, it's Bieber Greinke, but, Zach Greinke, he's definitely the guy that can, give them innings. And, yes, YouTube video.
Let's go, Jangis.
L result. But, yeah, I think the Royals bullpen as well. I mean, it was a full-on bullpen game yesterday, so they're taxed. Zach Greinke can certainly be a guy to eat a lot of innings for them, but if he gets into trouble, pretty early and often, which I'm kind of thinking and hoping he does, the back end of that bullpen might just give up 9 themselves like they did yesterday, literally.
I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. Are there any other squares you want to take in this game? Any other guards you wanted to stack? Or do we just go solo with Straw and call it a day, not get greedy?
I mean, I'd be lying if I said I had a good argument against really anybody on this list. It's take your pick. I mean, they all on paper, BVP numbers aside, have pretty good matchups here. It's I wouldn't mind going back to a J Ram or somebody like that. I think he has a pretty good day as well. Or Ahmed Rosario total bases when that's been up, that's been printing too. But I'd much rather stick with Miles Straw just because that's so gross and I like it.
I'm in. Say no more. We move. All right, boys.
Yeah.
What else we got on the slate? Yankees, Oakland. After a perfect game last night, what's the best way to fade? I know we'll be fading Armana's next start. You can go ahead and mark me down for that.
Oh, yeah.
But how do we fade the Yankees, or how do we hit a bet in this game after last night's history?
I don't know that you do, to be honest. Because you can't. I don't even want to fade the total because we saw the A's absolutely get blanked and the game still went over, which weirdly a lot of the no hitters as of lately have been going over because he's been having a team get destroyed in them. So I don't even want to fade that necessarily. I don't want to take the A's really either because Clark Schmidt kind of is set up perfectly to have a really good start here. So I really don't know how to attack this at all.
Yep. I'm with you. The Athletics already won their game in this series. I don't even think they have enough heart or talent to bounce back after a perfect game and show heart today. I really don't.
Yeah, especially an earlier game too. It's kind of tough.
They got your guy Schmidt up for any props? Pitching out and strikeouts.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't want to back his pitching out, certainly, because obviously the Yankees didn't use their bullpen. They're all very fresh. So, the second he gets into trouble, they can yank him. No, they have to be pretty rested at the back end there. But I do think he'll pitch well.
People forget. His words have powers.
That is actually hilarious.
Shelly, bro, what's the nerfy of the day today? What's day 2? Have you already crafted? You want to give the people a sneak peek?
Brewers Mets, right?
Brewers Mets game?
I think I saw. Josh, you want to pull up the Shelly's graph?
Mets.
It was Twitter. Yeah, Mets.
Mets. W's. Okay. We talked about it last night a little bit, Shelly. Besides Yelich, who has good numbers actually against Scherzer, I like it. All right, so you get Yelich out, you should be good to go.
There it is. Right?
W graphic, W contents. Shelly's not a baseball guy. He's a hockey guy. All right. And he's making do and he's finding ways to make content and do some challenges and be entertaining. And let's hope he wins day 2 here and gets on a little bit of a hot streak. All right, boys, because he's got a date at Nobu this weekend and he's got to pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
He does. I'm excited. Excited to see
First pitch, 7:10 Eastern on his Twitch. And W's Chelly, who just hit 8K on Twitch as well. Love it. Good work, brother.
it.
The hot
Congrats.
streak would be massive. It starts today. Come on, Chelly. All right, need to get to day 7. That'd be so fucking sick.
I know that'll be high.
Come on.
So,
And Chelly, we're always here, bro. If you want to craft or if you want to come on BTL and talk about your Nerfy, kind of, craft up your winner. If you ever want to do that or hit us up, we're here. All right, Beast. Javon, let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. Unless you have any squares you like in the Yankees game, we move.
yeah, not at all. Not at all.
Okay. Tampa, Arizona. Go ahead and give us the Rays report.
Yeah. So, shout out them yesterday. Josh Lowe with a absolute legacy 2-run double down to the last out to win that game after they got dominated by Zach Davies for 7 innings. So that was frustrating, but I guess really refreshing to see at the end there. Today is weird because we have Zach Littell, who sucks, opening for Yanni Chirinos, who's been equally, if not more terrible.
He got crushed in his last start, didn't he?
Yeah, he's getting destroyed.
He's a sinker baller, right? And his sinker sucks.
Yeah, sinker hasn't been working. He's been getting absolutely hammered by everyone lately, not just like in the Royal start. So he's not a guy that I feel all that confident about. And then you have Brandon Pfaadt on the other side, who the Rays definitely have their barrel rate and home run per fly ball rate. It's increased in the Trop. Everybody knows that. They're much better at home. So now they're on the road where it hasn't necessarily been the same, especially this series. But, he's going to give up his fair share of home runs. I think after coming up, this is a really tough spot for him. Like, I don't think he's going to get absolutely blown up, but I think that bullpen on the back end certainly can get blown up. And I really have no faith in the Rays pitching staff in any way you're going to spin it today. I think, like I talked about the Corbin Carroll series, he's been terrorizing the Rays. I think that continues today. So I think this is like the squarer over on the board that I see hitting. You can use some help from both of these bullpens, but I honestly don't think you're going to need it all that much. I think there's going to be runs early and often.
So before I give you my angle in this game, because I do have a good one, I think, I want to know what you like or what the Prize Picks board is telling you about this game. Let's look at both teams real quick.
Let's do that.
Let's look at the fucking D-backs real quick. Let's see what's up for them. Pfaadt, 5.5 hits allowed. Also, what has Pfaadt been doing recently? I know he's been ass all season, but is he?
He just got called up. He's in the minors.
He got called up again because he got sent down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. W updates. Longoria up there for hit run RBI?
He's not.
Or he is up.
Oh, he is. He is.
He is up.
Wide.
Would mind that. Also, do we know how the D-backs hit the sinker?
The lefties in the lineup hit it really well. So, like, Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, definitely plus matchups. Their lineup, I don't think, has officially come out yet. So I'm still waiting to see that. But I'll tell you, like, the two squares that are usually, even if, like, the squares don't hit themselves for the Rays, that have been pretty good signs of success for the entire offense that I see up today, which usually you don't get them on the same day. Today you do. And it's Margot hits, runs, and RBI, and Harold Ramirez bases, which Harold Ramirez bases has been very few and far in between, like, period, all season. Margot has been up for hits, runs, RBI a little more as of late, but those two have been pretty good signs of good offense from the Rays this season. I honestly like both of those squares. So that, along with the lineup that we're seeing too, which Margot is actually hitting 8-hole today, so that being up and still just the over is pretty interesting, I would say. But I like their matchups against Pfaadt. I think you're definitely going to see some turkeys for them. And somebody said the pod or the D-backs lineup just dropped a minute ago, so I want to take a look at that. So that'll be interesting. Perdomo in the leadoff spot. Yeah, I guess it's pretty normal. Pretty normal. Nothing I didn't expect there. I do like they have Pavin Smith in there at the bottom of the lineup, so I think these pitchers give up runs. I think the Rays are going to put up a pretty big crooked inning here early off of Pfaadt, maybe just cruise to the rest of the game.
Okay. So I like the D-backs in this spot. Maybe it's not a great move after the legacy performance from Davies last night. Maybe the over is a better play. I definitely lean that way as well. For some reason, I feel like the over feels a little square, and I feel like the D-backs feel sharper, but I'm worried about last night's outcome. as well.
Grisham nuke.
We got a Grisham nuke. Let's go. I know somebody in chat took that on Prize Picks.
Yeah, somebody said they took that because of the cheat sheet talking about
W cheat sheets.
Saw that. W.
Let's go. 3-0 Padres, Chad. Hope you took them. Look at them scoring runs when we don't bet on a piece of shit. Okay, pull up the D-backs. I definitely can get behind that Margot and Harold TBs. And I'll tell you what, looking at these Prize Pick squares, it's making me like the over more. Maybe I just need to stop overthinking it and just take the square over, because when square overs are on the board like this, they hit. Yeah. But Fat being minus 122 and that line moving that much is weird with him coming back from the minors. I know Trinas has been bad. I know Littell's opening, whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like the D-backs are the sharp side here. Do you disagree?
No, not necessarily. I mean, the line is trickling their way. So I definitely am going against a little bit of a move there from talking Rays, but I do like that over a little more. I think Fat is going to give up some Turks early, and not that I think that he might put himself or put the team in a hole that they're not able to climb out of. But I do think Yanni Chirinos and Littell are going to give up their fair share too.
All right, I get behind the over. Maybe that's a better play. I feel like I'm on the right track.
Yeah.
And also Corbin Carroll. I mean, can we get the guy a better picture on Prize Picks? He's got the worst picture I've ever seen on Prize Picks. This is the Rookie of the Year picture we're using. We can't get him a redo.
Hilarious.
What is this, the DMV? He only gets one picture and they don't even tell him when they're taking it? This is Corbin Carroll. This is NL MVP or NL Rookie of the Year, maybe MVP. Honestly,
maybe MVP.
Click on that picture, Josh. Get the people a close-up. That is the worst picture I've ever seen. That's worse than the guys who don't even have pictures up. Oh, he looks like he just got out of a bender for hours last night. Didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Still disheveled.
He has
Holy
that 1.5 bases up too, which that's been hitting for him. Knock on wood. But
the two that are catching my eye for the D-backs are Gabriel Moreno, hit run RBI, and Longoria, hit run RBI. Any thoughts on those?
I mean, I'd definitely take Longoria before Moreno. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I mean, I like the Corbin Carroll bases, if anything. Not that I would take it over the fantasy score necessarily, but when that's up, that's been pretty telling, and it's been smacking. So I would take that.
Okay. Dubs. Do you usually fade first start for minor league? So he's already pitched this season. He got sent down because he pitched so bad, King Dre.
Yeah.
Now he's back. And honestly, I kind of like that angle. And I think he might pitch better than expected, but I don't know. He also sucks. So
I think
he might get destroyed by the best offense in baseball.
My whole angle with his start today is I think he gets blown up for like an inning or two and then like settles in.
Okay.
Just
All right.
I don't think it'll be enough.
Okay. Dubs, and we got some squares from that game as well. Let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. Lance Lynn versus Sandoval, Javon. You like the Angels setup?
I don't, but I'd be lying if I said I 100% was not taking Shohei Ohtani basis.
What?
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about that for a while too, and this was really before like his even more ridiculous streak he's been on right now. And the bases are up. That's been a great sign for him, but he also has just a beautiful matchup against Lance Lynn, which this has already played out, I think, the last time. He was up for this as well against Lance Lynn, hit an absolute turkey. He's up for a run prop too, which that's been pretty telling as of lately. But Lance Lynn is just going to pepper him with fastballs, and it's not like he's going to change his approach because you know how Lance Lynn is. He's a very stubborn pitcher. That's just what he does. He doesn't change his approach for anybody, even if you're the best player that baseball has seen in God knows how long. So, I mean, I just think it's a beautiful matchup for him. Oh, there goes the run square in front of our eyes.
No way.
Yeah, but hope we saw that one.
There we go. See ya.
Yeah, GG.
That's it.
Yeah, just might. But yeah.
All right, so let me ask you though, real quick. You like Shohei TVs, you like Carroll TVs. Are you taking those over fantasy score?
Not for Corbin Carroll, but for Shohei, I will.
Okay. You just like the TVs is up for Carroll, but you're going to be taking his fantasy score.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's an absolute demon on the base pass. His was more of like I guess both of these are signals to me of like I've seen them up and they've had a lot of success when it's happened. But Corbin Carroll, like I absolutely want him on the base pass as a weapon there. With Shohei, I really don't care because it's going to be Lance Lynn destroying him with fastballs. I think if he hits that 10 fantasy score, it's going to be from an extra base hit at the very least. So we'll gladly hop in there.
You like the over in that game?
It's weird because I feel the same way. I do don't mind the over. I'm definitely not leaning towards the under, but I feel like Lance Lynn gets turped on for, an inning or two, even if it's just by Shohei and his couple at bats, and then kind of starts to settle in. Not as confident in that one as I would say I am on my reading the Rays game, but yeah, it's interesting. I probably lean more White Sox here than anything, coming off of yesterday's game where they actually look good at the plate, and now they're facing their better split, although not by much anymore. And Patrick Sandoval is thrown from the left side, who I think he can pitch certainly well too. I wouldn't be surprised to see this be a lower scoring game, but with a lot of turkeys. A lot of home run balls and not much else. So kind of torn there.
Not a lot of squares up.
Yeah.
For these guys. Okay. All right. We move, chat. We're going to power through these last games in this last 10 minutes here and then do the squad ride. You guys know the drill. All right. We're going to get tempo and pace though through these last games, Javon. Miami, Boston. Fuck Boston.
Yeah, respectfully.
I don't even want to talk about it. You can if you want. Go ahead.
I mean, they're winning today. It's just.
Dude, come on, man. That's the one thing I didn't want you to say.
Yeah, they're winning today. And it really has nothing to do with, just going back to them because, no way they can get swept, right? It's not really it. But Jesus Luzardo, we saw it play out yesterday, just not to any avail with the game, but they made Braxton Garrett work a lot. And the reason for that is the Red Sox don't strike out against lefties. And you have a guy who's 10 times more dependent on that, and Jesus Luzardo today, who's pitching on the road, his worst split as well. And whenever he's pitched on the road, or really just in general, when he faces teams that can't strike out or don't strike out against lefties, he struggles. So I think the Red Sox do that today. Again, probably waiting on their lineup. I want Robbie Ref at the top. I want Arroyo in the middle. I want to make sure that the bottom of the lineup isn't the worst AAA lineup of all time, but I definitely think we get a little better performance of them today. I'll tell you that.
You like Duvall Run?
Duvall Run is up?
Yeah, I don't know why. He's a red out goal. A lot of squares up for the Red Sox. Take a peep at them real quick.
Against
a lot
Luzardo.
of guys at the bottom that are weird, too.
Against Luzardo, I bet.
And I know one or two of those guys are probably not going to be in the lineup or something, but
I mean, I don't know if we're seeing Yoshida, but yeah, I'm certainly down to take Robbie Ref. I'll tell you that. 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. I mean, again, I wouldn't be shocked if he's leading off, and then you're probably going to see that get taken off if he is. But yeah, they have the classic lefty guys available.
Okay. And did you say you do like that Duvall Run?
I mean, yeah, I don't know why that's up, to be honest with you.
Either. Yeah, I'm with you. Can we not take Luis Arias today?
I mean, we can.
No, I don't want to.
You don't want to?
No, can we not?
Why? Is he green?
He's too green. He's too good. I don't want to take him. I don't want to fade him.
Yeah, I mean, I already took him as one time for the series against Whitlock. So
I feel like it's weird that they keep putting him up there for TVs. He's hitting 400. I don't know.
Well, they don't have a choice because, he's hitting, I guess, more extra base hits now or as of late. But I mean, he's usually only hitting singles, which is why, pretty much 9 days out of 10, he's juiced the under on the books because they can't really do anything else.
Okay, so maybe it's not as weird as it looks to me.
Yeah,
I just think it's weird they keep putting that goat up there for TVs, but I guess it's not that weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Duvall plus 260 to go deep, I bet. Wow.
Jesus.
The fuck?
That's
all right, W's chat. We're finding winners on the Prize Picks board. We're finding winners on the slate. Fucking love it, boys. Let's keep powering through. All right. We've got San Fran and Toronto, Javon. Toronto Blue Jays respecting coin last night. That was the weirdest line ever. Didn't have to even think about it. Didn't care who was pitching. Didn't matter. They won. Javon, today. We got Wynn pitching. What a name. What a name for a pitcher. Wynn. He's going for San Fran. Is he a bullpen guy? I don't fucking know, but the Giants are weird and smart. They might be doing some sort of opener thing today. Who is this guy? You know?
Yeah. I mean, as far as I don't know, what the specific plan would be for Keaton Wynn today, how long he's going to go, but they've put him out in not quite a bullpen guy, but kind of extended role for him. He's gone 3 times this season, and they've been 3, 4, and 5 innings. So I don't know what the plan is for him to go out and have a normal starter, an appearance like that. But yeah, I think it's still probably a little telling that we see a struggling Chris Bassett here, also minus 150, which I think was the scheduled starter when the line opened yesterday for yesterday's game. And we saw a lot of respect on him in that against Logan Webb. So, I mean, I think it is also going to be another Blue Jays day for me. Don't love this as much as yesterday, of course, because that line was ridiculous yesterday. But
Yep.
definitely lean the way of Bassett getting right here.
You like the over in this game? I'm looking to see what they have up on the board on Prize Picks and see if anything looks weird. But do you like the over after the first 2 games soared under? Totals moved up in this game.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I do think Bassett's going to bounce back, but I don't think he's going to be absolutely non-human in the start at all. So I think if the Blue Jays are going to win this game, they're going to have to outscore the Padres bullpen, or Giants bullpen, which has been absolutely incredible. And Wynn has been more than serviceable. I know he got touched up a little bit in the D-back start, but I mean, all of their pitchers did, because that series had 5,000 runs for the first couple of games for God knows what reason. That was an awesome series. So I think the Blue Jays definitely score today.
Okay. Dubs, I hate this game. Only have Estrada up on the board for the Giants. Super weird. We moved.
Yeah, that's weird.
What about the Mets today, Javon? Mets, Brewers, the Mets fucking blow. W's, Charlie's on the Nerfy in this game. What do we like as it pertains to a side or total here?
I mean, just keep me away from that game. I don't really care to get involved. I think Scherzer pitches well. I think the Mets win, but am I laying minus 190? Nah, I'm good.
Okay. I'm looking to see who the Brewers have up. Do you like Yelich today? He's got good numbers against Scherzer. He's always seen him well. He always puts up great at-bats against him. That's something I remember.
He does. He also has like a 30% K rate against him, though.
Okay.
It's kind of concerning.
We move. This game sucks. We don't have a lot of stuff on. Let's move to another one.
Yeah.
Houston, St. Louis today. What do you think about this game? France Wainwright, we already kind of touched on it. What was your play in that one? Is it the over?
Yeah, I kind of lean this over. Because I think the Cardinals are going to fight in this one. I still think that opener was really, really weird, and I wouldn't be surprised if they won this game. I'm not as huge on betting it because we do see that line move, but I think both these pitchers get touched up today. Bullpens are extremely taxed as well. Astros really haven't been as good as we expected at the beginning of the season. The Cardinals are just bad in general. Never really have gotten to a point where you're comfortable with them. So it's probably one of the easier plays on paper on the board, but I can get behind it.
Okay. A lot of guys up on the board for Houston. Do we dare go back to Yainer Diaz, who hurt us immensely last night?
Oh, I will. I will 100%.
Are you going back to him today? Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, Adam Wainwright's arsenal is like a tweaked version of Michaelis, just with a curveball, and it's significantly better. So, like, Yainer matches up not all that differently against him, and the fact they're hanging it up after an 0-for-5 day where he didn't even look competitive at the plate, to be honest with you, I'm going back to it.
Okay. Dubs. Let's go to Philly, Chicago, chat. 2 more games. We're almost done here. Philly and the Cubs, Taijuan and Hendricks. You touched on this a little bit with your cheat sheet, Javon. What do you like?
Yeah, I like the Cubs.
Okay.
Taijuan Walker against that offense, like I said, is kind of a disaster matchup for him if the Cubs are going to work him to a lot of deep counts, which I can only assume they're going to do because they've done that all season against pitchers that profile very similarly. He's going to get out in trouble very, very quickly. Do I love to back Kyle Hendricks? Absolutely not. But I think the Cubs bats, especially with it seems like the conditions here, when we see that total moving up. I know we had wind blowing in the last couple of days. I can only assume this means that it's a little inverse here if you got a total moving up to 10 in Wrigley after the last couple of days. So I do like the Cubs bats to kind of hang around here and win this one almost themselves. I don't think Kyle Hendricks is going to be immaculate, but I think he does well enough.
Do you like Tauchman hit run RBIs? Whenever that's up, it's green.
Is that up?
Yes.
I mean, that's your guy.
I know. I'm down to take it. I want to co-sign here.
Yeah. I mean, you got absolutely no argument for me. I'll tell you that.
Okay. I also would not mind taking Trey Turner in some capacity today. He's up for 3 things, and he sucks. So I like the over in this game, Javon. I don't know if I like the Cubs or the over better. I got to think on it a little bit more and watch these lines move. But definitely like Tauchman on the Prize Picks board for sure. And definitely not betting the Phillies today after that gem. Was it a gem from Noah, or was he struggling there at the end? Overall.
I mean, overall, it was a pretty good performance. Pretty good performance.
Yeah, overall. I don't want to – they did end up winning 8-5. It was not a blowout, but I'm good on Philly today, and I like the way the line's moving. Late night game, Javon, Dodgers versus the Rockies. Rockies pulled out a win last night, 9-8. Incredible fashion. We got Sheehan and Anderson going today. Do you like the over again?
I mean, I want to stay away from this game because you know who was on the mound for the Rockies in their last blow-up game against the Angels? It's Chase Anderson. So that's probably going to be a pretty popular play. Yeah, we faded him, and it worked. Probably better than we ever could have imagined. But
yeah,
it's kind of difficult to come again and fade him against the Dodgers. But I mean, if there's any spot for them to bounce back and have like really, I know they scored a lot of runs and punches yesterday, but it wasn't really like a consistent attack because they scored in a couple crooked innings, and obviously they lost the game. They scored like 6 in the fourth. They're really anemic offensively, like outside of that, and then the other inning where they scored 2. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little muckage from the Dodgers tonight. And everybody's mentioning the Muncy squares up today. He's up for an RBI when he's been cold as ice, up for bases too. Don't really understand that, so maybe it's just that today.
Muncy RBI?
Yeah.
Okay. W's chat. And yeah, Trent better be locked in. He's on fire right now. He's seeing the card. He's seeing the board very well. He better be fucking locked in. All right. Chat.
He's locked. He's locked.
He's locked in. There we go. There we go. We need the 18 boys. Still God, we're gonna do what we did the last 2 days because it's been working. We're gonna hop on a call this afternoon, make sure nothing's moved, take it off the boards, check lineups, and we're gonna put it out this afternoon like we've been doing. Maybe we'll put something out for the early games as well. So make sure you guys check the Book It Sports, the Book It BTL Twitter account for those slips. All right. Yeah. You guys know where to find us. Find us on Twitter. Okay. I got Book It BTL in the bio. Make sure you guys find it there. For now, we got to craft up a squad ride. All right, boys. We got plenty of squares we love, plenty of sides. Let's craft the squad ride up. All right. And then we can answer some of your guys' questions. Okay, boys. Javon, what do you want to put in?
I'll be fine putting the Cubs in.
Cubs NL?
Yeah.
Okay. Cubs NL. Houston, St. Louis over?
Yep. Down with that.
Okay. Who else, boys? Tampa, Arizona over?
Do we want to put that in? That starts in like what?
Ooh, it starts
a little less than 2 hours.
Right. You're so right, dude. Okay. Yeah, a lot of these games start early.
Yeah.
All right.
Dare say Red Sox money line?
No. I'm putting my foot down. I can't do it.
Damn
it. Good try, though.
Fair.
Good try, though.
Fair.
Shit, man. We're left with the scraps of this late card. Chat, what else do you guys like? We just need one more play. All right. Maybe we go maybe we go Cubs, Phillies over. I like that as well.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Cool. All right, chat. 3 plays, 3 winners. I wish we could put more options in there, but a lot of these games start up soon. We want to make sure everyone has plenty of time this afternoon and tonight to lock in the squad ride, okay? 3 plays, 3 winners. Cubs ML, Houston, St. Louis over, and Chicago, Philly over. 3 plays, 3 winners. Chat, like we've talked about all show today, please click on this link. Subscribe to our Book It Sports YouTube. It's free. Drop a like on the video. Support the boys. We're grinding. All right. It's the dog days of summer. A lot of people taking vacations. A lot of people, not posting content over the summer. We're the opposite, chat. We're grinding right now. We're grinding. All right. Support the boys. Check out the videos. Watch Javon's atrocious putting stroke. I mean, just absolutely terrible.
I'm the best. I'm the best 3-putter in the world right now. I mean,
yeah.
That can't really be argued.
Sure. Chat, the squad ride is up in the poll. All right, on Twitch, in the chat. Hurry up, go vote, go, 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 go. We got 2 minutes. Hurry up, go vote now. Not enough votes yet. Get in there. Get your votes in. Get those numbers up. All right, boys? We might have a close one today.
Just might.
For once. Very rare. Josh, can we show some of the clips and the links I put for the Book It mini golf vlog in the outline? I'll put the link to the YouTube page in the Twitch chat. All right, boys? But make sure you guys check out the video. Okay? Check out the vids. Yeah, this is me chirping Trent.
He's taking anyways.
He was taking him anyways. Come on now.
Yeah,
You know he wasn't missing that putt either. When I said if he misses it, he can't bet on the Dodgers. I know. He locked in. He turned into fucking Tiger Woods.
yeah.
What do we think, Chad? I'm not telling you who won. Obviously, we already know because we filmed it. What do we think? Trent plus 200? That should be a safe lay piece.
Should be safe.
Lauren's up there. Me, Krabs, and me, Javon, and Mikey down there at the bottom. Some value. 10 unit on Krabs. Okay. Chad, who do we think wins? Make sure you guys check out the vid. All right. Link is in the Twitch chat. All right, boys? Krabs is deaf ass. Thanks, Kobe. I appreciate that.
Crab the donut right after it.
Dubs. What else, chat? We get any sub bangs? Luke's Locks coming in with a sub bang. And Fuzzy99 coming in with a sub bang. W's. Archie Gambles. Sub bang. I bet he does. Coach Duke. W. Appreciate the service, boys.
W.
All right. Make sure you guys watch this video this afternoon. Obviously, stick around for the surgical stream coming up here with Trent in a minute. And we're rolling with the Cubbies today, boys.
Why not?
We got the Cubbies. ML. Oof. I'm shaking in my boots, man. The Cubs have been a little too good recently.
It's always a scary button to push.
I like the splits. I like fading Walker, who has been nails recently, but blew up in his last start. I think that happens again. He continues to regress. And Hendricks should do just enough. All right. Love that Talkman's up there for hit run RBIs. Love that Morel's up there for hit run RBIs. They got a lot of stuff up there. So good sign for the Cubs offense today. Let's hope they outperform the Phillies. I think either way, we're getting runs from both sides.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Right. Okay. Mikey's perfect height for mini golf. I got Mikey for 500. Wow. Sharp, Malik. Sure.
Sure.
How do you guys not play MLB The Show? Eddie, would you guys watch MLB The Show if we played? Would you guys stream that?
Yeah,
If we did some like night
definitely
sweat
play.
nights?
People forget we had some MLB sweats with Trent last year, or last baseball season,
Really?
in the dog days. Yeah.
Chat, would you guys watch that if we hopped on and screen shared it? Like me, Javon, Trent, Lauren. I think those are the only people who play the show. You guys would watch that?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you got a pretty relatively small slate tonight.
Mm,
People can make some coin fading Trent.
sure. Do a tourney. Maybe I'll start up a franchise this week.
There you go.
Lauren has a good Diamond Dynasty team. I bet. I used to be so sweaty with my Diamond Dynasty team. Oh, my gosh. I had all the cards. All of them. Chat, W day today, W Thursday. We went over a ton. Talked about a ton of shit going on in the sports world and went over the entire MLB slate, prize picks and all. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, we appreciate all you guys for the sub bangs. Got a bunch of them today. Let's keep the vibes up. All right. Let's keep the train moving forward. We're coming off a nice squad ride W in the second inning yesterday. Let's keep the same energy today and smack another squad ride. Cubs ML. All right. We're taking the plus chick with the Cubbies at home against the Phillies. And we'll catch you guys on here tomorrow. Same time, same place. All right. We'll be seeing.